probably the biggest lure for me was to, you watch the Olympics when it comes around and you're just like, wow, and then the fact that it could potentially be me in the black jersey with the girls is pretty special too, so it's probably the biggest draw card. The thing I love about Sevens the most is probably the family and the culture within the New Zealand women's side. It's pretty special and it's a pretty tight bond. This is another level. We're family, we're sisters. After the Sevens is finished or whatnot in the future, these are my friends for life, and the management team as well. The success that we've had as a team, as a squad, probably does reflect how we are off the field. We are very tight. We play for each other, we play for our jerseys. The black jersey, I think, just coming up against that for some countries is quite big too. And yeah, I think we're very tight on and off the field, and I think it shows in our game.
Oh, lovely silky skills, the step and go, and well, that is class out the top draw.
She doesn't need any wind behind or in front of her because she has pace and power aplenty.
She is just a star.
Winning Player of the Year in 2013 was pretty special. It's an award that represents the whole team, not just me, but I was lucky enough to go to every trip, every tournament that series, which is pretty big, and yeah, I score all the tries or whatnot, but it's team effort, and the girls up the front do the hard yards, and it's our jobs as backs to score. So it's a pretty special award after, and having it received in Russia after the World Cup, which was a big bonus too, but yeah, that was 2013, that's gone. I think it's a huge privilege for me to be in the squad. Every tournament is a challenge, and there's no 12, there's no starting 7. We're in our own environment challenging each other and fighting for position. No one's guaranteed a spot on the plane until our final camp, just before another tournament. So it's challenging, but it's a huge honour when we do get in the squad. My inspiration growing up as a rugby player would have been my brother. I didn't really know much about the game, but just watched, followed his footsteps and what he did. My brother Luke is a former All Black and is still playing the game currently over in Toulouse in France. So he's been on the international stage, and I have drawn off his experiences quite a lot in the last couple of years. His support's huge. Although he's on the other side of the world, we communicate all the time. Yeah, he's awesome. Having rugby throughout my whole life with my dad, granddad, brother, and now my fiance, it's in my life pretty much has been 24/7. So I think that was probably the big draw card why I gave the Sevens a crack, and where I am today is through their support.
Just look at the speed there and pumping the knees.
Kayla McAllister's gone.
Kayla McAllister, she is the best finisher in this series.
Guess who? Kayla McAllister.
Representing the black jersey in the New Zealand Women's Sevens at the Olympics is the big goal. I mean, that will be a dream come true, and that's what the last 4 years have been all about, is pursuing the Olympic dream. You put all the hard work in, and that's the last tournament, the pinnacle event of any sport is the Olympics. It's probably the big draw card for me. Being amongst the world's best will be pretty special.
Seven-a-side rugby, that's what we enjoy watching.
Some tackle that.
What a thriller here in Dubai. That was bang, bang, thank you. This is superb. Just confidence from the youngster. Wonderful try.
Beautiful skills.
Back try. Oh, lovely silky skills, the step and go, and well, that is class out the top draw. This girl has got real class. The ebb and flow of this game is absolutely outstanding.
Can she get it the whole way?
We've been treated to some magnificent seven-a-side rugby.
This is the future of the women's game.
So before we go to the third and fourth playoff, let's have a reminder of what the World Series table looks like. At the beginning of this competition, New Zealand right up at the top, 80 points in the box seat. And then it goes Canada, Australia, France, England, United States and Russia, all in with a shot, of course, of Olympic qualification. It's the top four that go through. And there are the points available. If you win the cup, 20 points, and it goes down from there, 18, 16, 14, and the plate winners 12, and so on. So that's the action done and dusted here at the Stoop. Let's go live to Twickenham for the third and fourth playoff.
And the third, fourth place playoff for the Women's London 7 Series about to get underway. It's New Zealand, four-time champion so far in the Women's Series against the United States of America. Sue, Daly's beside me, and I suppose a little bit surprising to find New Zealand in this position, but nevertheless they want to leave London with a victory under their belt.
Yeah, very, very long time since New Zealand haven't made a final in this series, so they'll be desperate to get a good result here. They've not had the tournament they want, but what a stadium, what an atmosphere, what a place to get to play their final game in London.
Well, USA fought hard against Canada, but were ultimately outclassed over the 14 minutes. Just as New Zealand want to put things right, so too will Rick Suggett, the American coach, and the USA team, hoping to leave London with a victory this evening. Plenty of talent in both sides. Look out in particular for Portia Woodman for New Zealand, their number 11, absolute flyer. 49 tries in this series alone this season, and going for 50 if she were to score. First touch for Kelly Griffin, the captain for the United States.
That's fine.
Under pressure to get it back. Support from Megan Bonney. The whistle's gone. And penalty against New Zealand taken quickly. Paravilala looks for Fellaini, a little dummy with Fellaini, who's the speedster on the United States team. Paravilala tackled well though by Portia Woodman. If she's good in attack, she's equally good in defence. The New Zealand winger. There for Griffin, the captain. Looks to offload it, Catherine Johnson. And the United States feeling their way into this match. Bonney looking to use a bit of space on that left-hand side. Belter, he's had a really good tournament. Kelter still going over the 10-metre line. Kelter, has she got the pace? Yes, she does. Just a brilliant effort from Kelter. Well, she should be right up there with a player of the tournament, Sue, because that was a fantastic try.
She's had an excellent tournament, Alep Kelter. Usually she's the player in the middle of the park making everything happen. Passing left, passing right, getting the speedsters in, but she's got plenty of speed of her own. Brilliant finish, left the tackle of Kelly Brazier behind her. No more cover defence from New Zealand, perhaps looking a little bit tired. No Kayla McAllister, no Portia Woodman chasing back. Here she goes. Shrugs off that tackle. She's so strong, she has such a low centre of gravity, then has enough power to get herself over the line. Kelly Brazier, it looked like she was going to get there but didn't. Brilliant score, brilliant start for the USA, because they don't have a great history against New Zealand. They needed a good start.
Well, New Zealand still look a little bit shell-shocked. first defeat in the pool stages against Spain, which surprised everybody, including the Spanish themselves. They celebrated like they won the tournament. And then that defeat in the last round to Australia, they were comprehensively outplayed. And you just wonder, are they suffering a little bit from fatigue after what's been a long season already? Heremi. It's the ground.
Straight off your feet.
But New Zealand off their feet conceding the penalty.
Straight off your feet.
You're right, it's a huge challenge for New Zealand. They don't normally lose one match in a tournament, let alone two. And psychologically, sevens is all about being able to get yourself back up, to put difficult performances behind you. And they've not had to do that. They've not had that challenge yet this series.
United States still with possession, and New Zealand haven't left their own half. Bonnie trying to find a bit of space, tackled by McAllister, who must be still suffering from jet lag. She only got in yesterday on a flight from New Zealand. Arivalala looks for Verleyen on the outside. She sizes up Woodman. This is a race of the speedsters, and look at that, the American comes out on top, touches down, second try, and New Zealand are stunned. United States, confidence, and their tails are up.
Huge confidence from the US. Great continuity. It's not often that Portia Woodman gets gassed on the outside, but if anyone's going to do it, it's Victoria Verleyen. Barivalala does enough to pull Portia Woodman in there. You can see Portia Woodman gets her hips turned. That means when the ball goes out to Verleyen, Portia Woodman has an awful lot to do. Verleyen and Barivalala celebrating there, and quite right too. What a start to this game by the USA.
Well, they have a history of exploding out of the blocks, the United States, don't they? They've done it throughout this tournament. If anything, their weakness comes in the second half. And New Zealand have enough experience and talent to get themselves together. There's a long way to go yet.
Certainly don't write New Zealand off yet. This is what happened to them against Australia. They simply didn't get possession. What New Zealand need is a good bit of possession. They've got gun players all over the pitch. Woodman, McAllister, Braunton. They can make a try out of nothing, but they have to get their hands on the ball first.
Right or left?
Verleyen, the flyer. And as you say, it's not a sight you see too often in the women's series. Portia Woodman getting burned on the outside, but Sue was saying she got turned badly there, and
Tackle it!
New Zealand looking for possession. They have a penalty. United States discipline key in this one, because if you keep giving New Zealand chances, it won't be long before they start taking them. Broughton tries to get something going. Oh, lovely break as well. Broughton, how much pace? She's going to lead them for dead. New Zealand hit straight back with a try. Griffin, the captain, gives chase for the United States, but that's just a stopper going underneath the post, and that could be crucial. Every point is crucial in this game.
Gail Broughton, one of the young players coming into this New Zealand team. This is the first tournament where we've seen her play in that fly-half playmaker position. It's taken her a little bit of getting used to, but if they can bed her in there with Kayla McAllister outside, Portia Woodman outside that, then that's an awful lot of threat in a back line for any defence to cope with. It's just what New Zealand needed to get on the score sheet. And
the conversion is good as well. So the gap becomes 5 points. 12 points to 7, the United States. 2 tries to 1. There's Broughton just stretching the legs. Kelter is quick, but she's not quick enough to keep up. And Griffin, well, she did her best to try and prevent the conversion going over, but the kick was good. And we've got just over 90 seconds in the first half. I mean, for the players too as well, on this occasion, playing at Twickenham in front of this crowd. Massive day for them.
What an opportunity.
Got into your man.
Unforced error. Well, I say unforced. The New Zealand defence has been pressing up really hard. It's what they do so well when a team's stuck in their 22. They race up, sprint, everybody individually, really putting the ball carriers under pressure, but USA can ill afford to make mistakes like that.
Not the cleanest ball to use, but McAllister has it now. Portia Woodman, let's see if she can create space for herself. Oh, beautiful, strengthen the tackle as well to keep herself alive. Goss, the captain, looks for McAllister. Will she go on the outside? Barivalala can't stop her.
Knock on.
Surely you have to put that one down to the jet lag. Kayla McAllister never knocks on in contact.
Yeah, she hasn't looked herself really, has she? You don't blame her. It takes 2 or 3 days at the very least to adjust, to come in and play at this level, at this intensity.
At the very least, from the southern hemisphere to here. Huge challenge.
Barivalala fires one out. Portia Woodman just holds her line in defence.
No hands, no
There for Lyon, acts as scrum half. Griffin, the captain, any room for her? McAllister closes it. This time Johnson going to work that left side for Lyon. Any room? No. It's been dropped and knocked on. Advantage to New Zealand. Can they take advantage of it? They're trying their best. Space and numbers out wide. McAllister, surely hands will do this. Miss pass out to Portia Woodman. They won't stop her from there, will they? No, they won't. Her 50th try of the season, if that's given. Looking for confirmation from the referee.
Pretty sure that one was grounded. I think this will be a yes.
Is it the big 5-0? Yes, it is. Sue Day, can you put that into some sort of context? 50 tries in a single season.
It's a phenomenal record. 50 tries in 5 tournaments, Portia Woodman. She hasn't had so much ball in this tournament because New Zealand haven't quite been at their best, but it's that old combination. Kayla McAllister out to Portia Woodman. I'm not sure she needed to step inside there. She normally takes the outside and does it very, very well, but 50 tries, that is phenomenal. It's world class. There is nobody in world rugby quite like Portia Woodman in terms of how prolific she is.
Half-time score, United States 14, New Zealand 12.
Great discipline at the rucks. We're frustrating the daylights out of them. Keep stretching them from sideline to sideline. Get more depth so you can let the ball do some work. Those spaces are going to open up once we stretch them. When we stretch them, really, where are you? Keep looking through the middle. Same with you. Get that angle run that you have and go through the middle. Look to change off the sides and let's put some under the sticks right away. Keep hustling on defense. Lord, make sure we get back to sweep. Vix, if you're on the tail end on the other side, you see she's up, start to drop a little bit. Let's go. Come on now, let's go.
So Rick Suggins, coach of the United States, giving advice to his team. And he'll be pleased by the start they made, not so much with the last 2 or 3 minutes when New Zealand came back into it, Sue.
USA have done a very good job all the way through the tournament of starting well, not such a good job of finishing well. Allowed New Zealand back into the game. They really needed to try and keep their noses in front, USA. New Zealand know how to close out games.
And don't forget, the United States are chasing that top 4 finish to qualify for Rio 2016. France didn't quite do the business by their own standards. They are in 4th place at the moment. The United States are 4 points behind before kickoff in this tournament. So if they could finish 3rd, there will be more points in their favour heading into the final series against Amsterdam next weekend.
Every team in Europe is willing New Zealand to win this game. Very unusually for European teams rooting for New Zealand, because the more points the USA get, the less likely those European teams, France, England, Russia, are to grab that 4th spot.
Cup final coming up between Australia and Canada after this game. Should be a cracking match. 2 teams on form. Australia dominated New Zealand, who have possession here. Good steal. Walker Simpkins looked like he took that one. Now this is Jordan Webber, held in the tackle. Goss, the captain, head Eme. Here's the flyer. Can't get on the outside of Catherine Johnson. That was a good tackle by the American, and it had to be as well. Penalty against the United States off their feet. They can test every single ruck, but sometimes that's the result.
It's a pretty blatant dive as well, wasn't it? The referee wasn't going to miss that.
Well, just as they say, New Zealand knock it on. Unforced error from them.
Yeah, it's a big game for Fata Simpkins, who's come on for Kayla McAllister. Normally McAllister, when she's not jet-lagged, plays the whole of these games. Fata Simpkins hasn't had much game time in big games like this.
Guys. Step back, please.
Scrum to the United States.
Enough. Yeah.
Got Falayan, already 1 try to her name.
Bind.
Barry Valala standing as first receiver. Here she is. Looks to shift it on a little bit. Good tackle went in on Lauren Doyle in the scrum cap. Barry Valala to act as scrum half. Elter, trying to break that tackle. She's so strong. Barry Valala, now room in this outside from Megan Bonney. Will she back herself? No, looks for support inside. Barry Valala tackled, but only just 5 metres short of the United States now. But they concede a penalty, and New Zealand waste no time getting on with it through their captain. Fraser.
It's back.
It's going backwards and play on. Support for Lyon, trying to break through the middle. For Lyon, almost at the line. Good tackle, it had to be. And New Zealand under pressure. They go again. United States just held short. Now they're over. Baravalala crashes over the line, and the United States have their third try.
Uncharacteristic again from New Zealand. They had the chance to clear that. They had the chance to pass the ball wide down the line where there was lots of space. Kelly Brazier instead chose to take the ball into the contact area, got turned over, in fact passed the ball straight to USA player, handing the ball back to USA. Big kick, this one.
As it stands, 19 points to 12. This for a 7-point gap. Sorry, excuse me, a 9-point gap, which would mean that New Zealand need to score twice. It's a huge kick for Baravalala. Attempting to convert her own try. Off the post! New Zealand still alive.
By such small margins can rugby matches be decided. A lifeline for New Zealand. What can they do with it?
Time off, please.
They still have time.
Big changes though being made by Sean Horan. Gail Broughton coming on now. Shirley Tane on. Kayla McAllister already off the pitch.
So Leila Alev-Kelter to restart, hangs her high. That's a beautiful kick from the American. Did that go forward? Potter Simpkins
Don't pull it without the ball.
trying to pick it up for New Zealand. Goss trying to go. She's been called back though, not from the mark.
Yeah, should be frustrated with that. New Zealand need to make this possession count now. 3 minutes to go, 7 points in it. What have they got up their sleeve? You'd think they need Brazier, Goss, Woodman to do something special.
They're running out of time though, aren't they? Kelly Brazier. To Wata Zinkins. Just over the halfway line. Good tackle from Megan Bonney. Goss to Woodman, who's standing in the centre now. It's interesting. Normally she just hangs out on that wing if she can. Webber fires one out. New Zealand keeping it alive. United States having to put in the tackle, but Tane did well just to hold her feet there. Now this is Broughton. Pocket Simpkins just over the 22-metre line. Again, United States defence holding solid. New Zealand need a score. Goss wants runners. One of them is Portia Woodman. Takes it outside her, tries the dummy. Nobody bought that one.
No tackle and release. Penalty advantage in the side, 5.
And they have the advantage with the penalty as well. Webber just delayed that pass beautifully. Chance for New Zealand. Back inside. Still going. Goss, little step off her foot. New Zealand looking for the try to equalise. Brilliant stuff. And they're over. Shirley Tane. Well, the conversion needed to tie things up. There's still time, 90 seconds or so, but that's brilliant by New Zealand.
Yeah, made hard work of it, but got there in the end. Shirley Tane gets over the line. Portia Woodman not hanging out on the wing now because Tane's come on the wing. Portia Woodman's moved in. Tane unable to finish there. You think perhaps Portia Woodman in the same situation might have. Sarah Goss doesn't quite make it over the line. It's no, you have a go. No, you have a go. Finally, it's Tane, the one-handed finish.
The kick to level it. Oh, she's missed it. She's missed it. 19-17. United States still lead. New Zealand need another score, and they've got a minute to get one.
That's a big old miss, and it shows how much New Zealand are missing Tyler Nathan Wong. Her kickoffs and her conversions have been crucial to New Zealand this season.
A minute to play at Twickenham. Third place to be decided in the Women's 7 Series, and the United States have not given up the ghost here. Catherine Johnson over the halfway line. Desperate defending from New Zealand.
No, leave it!
Two just goes off her feet. And it's Thomas trying to break the tackle. She broke the first one and the second as well. 3 to bring her down, if you don't mind.
No.
Still there for the United States. Can they get the score that would seal victory here and third place in this tournament and crucial points in the race for fourth?
Crucial possession for New Zealand, isn't it this? What can they do? What have you got up your sleeve, Kelly Brazier, Portia Woodman?
Well, here she is, Portia Woodman. This is who you want on the ball. Not enough space there. The pass not very good. And New Zealand keeping it alive. Now there's massive space out here. Maybe they don't need it. Oh, lovely step as well. Bracer. It's a foot race. Across comes Verleyen. Needs help though. Back inside to Chewy. Steps off her left. Keeps it alive. Faka Simpkins. Oh, she's in underneath the post. What a dramatic finish to this one. New Zealand at the death to deny the United States. Incredible end.
Heartbreak. Heartbreak for the United States. How often have we seen New Zealand do that? This time, Katarina Faka-Simpkins gets there. Brilliantly worked try by New Zealand. Very, very patient.
Well, the kick insignificant in the overall scheme because time is up. 24 points to 19. New Zealand come back from seemingly the dead and they managed to steal third place out of the United States' hands. Final score, USA 19, New Zealand 24.
And the next match is the final, the Cup final, Canada against Australia here at this magnificent stadium, the home of Rugby Twickenham. Head-to-heads where Australia leads 6-3. They last met in Sao Paulo, and Canada losing that match by 5 points. Here are the starting members in Australia, look very, very good. Parry, Williams and Dalton. Donna Gatto has been their go-to girl. Caslick, Quirk and Cherry, joined by former England international Sue Day. And Sue, who do you like in this Canadian side?
Well, very interesting selection from John Hart. He's starting Magali Harvey. Brittany Benn has been getting the start all tournament. That presumably means Landry moves into the centre. Magali Harvey is absolute gas. We saw it at the 15s World Cup. It's a big gamble from John Tate. She's less experienced, but why not gamble? They need to throw everything they've got at this Australia side.
Australia, 2 victories and a draw yesterday. The draw with Team USA. As we look at the players, they in preparation for the national anthems. Good win against Spain, 19-0, and then they defeated New Zealand 24-5. Canada, 3 wins yesterday against Russia, South Africa and England. And then a win against Russia and the USA again today as we stand by for the national anthems. Well, Canada and advance Australia fair. Top try scorer for them has been Amy Turner over the last 2 days. So what's the secret to winning a final?
Well, it was interesting watching the national anthems. We're used to seeing tension on the face of players, but actually both teams beaming their way through those anthems. And what's the secret to winning a final? It's being relaxed, it's playing your game, it's having a go. And the relaxation I saw on those players' faces makes me think that both teams are ready here, ready to have a go.
Australia, just that one draw against the United States, good victories against Spain and against New Zealand has put them in this position. Similar starting 7 to the semi-finals, and so consistency shown from their coach Tim Walsh. We're underway, the final here in London. Australia in the all gold against Canada in the red. The high kick, Kish comes forward and it's been won by the Australian captain Williams, quickly cleared by Quirk out into the midfield, and Dalton is there. Kaslik has to go down and clean the ball out, and you can see now physicality approach from the Australians, which has worked for them right throughout the 2 days. Here's Williams, big and strong, gets rid of Molesky, but she can't get rid of Paquin. Ball movement is good. You can see that Kish come running out of the line, which meant that Dalton had to just hold on to the ball and go into the contact area. That's the halfway mark that you can see. So good midfield position. Another long pass out to Shani Williams, standing out on the left-hand flank. Williams, the captain, into Kayla Molesky. It's been all Australia in this opening 60 seconds. Remember, 10-minute halves in the final. Kaslik created some space for Toni Gato. Toni Gato now, she'll take on Landry. Toni Gato down the right. Here comes try number 1. No, just short. What a tackle from Landry.
Great tackle from Landry, but gave the penalty away. So Australia want to take this quickly.
And they do through Dalton. Cherry, wide pass out to Quirk. Here comes the captain for Australia. She should get to the line and will. Shani Williams gets her second try here in London, her 25th. And the qualified electrician gets the first spark for Australia.
So fitting that it's Shani Williams that scores it. Of course it's a team try, but this is her team. She always comes up trumps when they need her. In a final, you want to get the first points on the board. Shani Williams gets those points on the board. Emma Toni Gato came within about 2 inches a minute or so ago, but Shani Williams makes it over.
Dalton looks to try and add the extras. Good connection, but just unable to get the right result. And she certainly has played well enough to maybe be in contention for the London Dream Team, Shani Williams.
She really has. She's carried the ball so well today, Shani Williams. She doesn't always make the break, but there'll be 2 or 3 defenders hanging off her. And if you can do that and get the ball back and recycle it quickly, it makes so much space for the rest of the team.
The restart, asking the forwards to get up there, and Canadian captain Jen Kish goes up, as she has done on a number of occasions in her career, and brings it down with the assistance of Paquin. Molesky gets it out. Landry has got rid of the bandage that she's been carrying for the last 2 days around the hamstring. How do Canada respond? Here's Stacey to Kish, quick hands, trying to get the ball into Paquin. And that's gone forward, but there was an infringement, and real trouble here for Canada in particular. Their captain is down.
Yeah, Australia offside in the midfield by the looks of things, but Jen Kish looks a bit sore after that tackle.
Australia have been in 2 finals in 2015. Canada haven't, and what impact and what difference is that going to make, Sue?
They haven't in 2015, but they have a lot of finals in their history, and there's a lot of players out there, Stacey, Molesky, Kish, who've played Landry, who've played in those finals, so I don't think it's a huge ask for them to be calm on this occasion.
And we see a lot of that in the final, don't we, with the extra 6 minutes, that when there is a penalty, they're more prepared to go to the set piece, to let the clock just work its way down. And it will be Ashley Stacey with the feed. Let's see how Kish has recovered. Oh, brilliantly. Molesky won't be able to get rid of Parry, Shannon Parry. Fighting well, staying in the contest, but she's offside there, so there will be an advantage here. Kish wanting to test the knee, and looks like there's no problem there at all.
outside.
Yeah, no advantage, so penalty to Canada, another good attacking opportunity, moving it quickly.
Stacey to Fadella, out to Landry. She'll try and get on the outside of Cherry. Unable to, and so she just holds on to it. Harvey comes in. Like to see her get her hands on the ball. She's so quick, is Harvey. Here she goes. Tonigato will give the chase. Great contest between two sprinters. She holds on, and Fadella. So they've got three real sprinters in this Canadian team. Landry, Fadella, and also Harvey. 30 out now. Fadella can't get away from Cherry, but she is now under some pressure from Parry, who goes in to try and counter-ruck. Malishki asks the referee, can I get a little bit of assistance here? And now Landry gets it. Kish out to her right. She holds on to the ball. Kaslik looking to try and steal the ball. And she's done brilliantly.
Leave it.
Great breakdown skills from Australia, not letting Canada get any good, clean ball, making it slow. Finally, Charlie Kaslik gets in at the breakdown, steals it.
There is Tim Welsh, the former under-19, under-21 Australian representative, captained Australia Sevens and had a stint with the Reds in Super Rugby as well. So plenty of experience from Tim Welsh, and he'll be thrilled with the way that his team has started this game as they move it out to Dalton. Dalton in the tackle off Fadella. Quirk out to Kaslik. This is Parry.
Play on.
And now the turnover. Here is Paquin to Kish.
Side entry.
Here they go with Moleshki now. Finds Landry.
Over.
Harvey is there on the left-hand side. Tonigato knows the real threat that she is and just comes in and tries to hold on, but good leg drive there from Magali Hen. Harvey. Malishki, she got the call from Landry and decided to try and dart down the left side, and here comes the second try. The first try rather for Canada.
Okay, please.
Kayla Moleshki ties it up.
A lot of pressure, a lot of possession from Canada. It looked like they were going to get over the line eventually, and it's Moleshki who gets there. Just kept the ball, didn't they? Just kept it moving. Australia putting a lot of pressure at the breakdown, but if you keep the ball for long enough, there'll be holes in sevens. It's a big old pitch. And here she goes, Moleshki has a look up. Tonigato has to move to the outside to cover the wide channel. That just leaves a little space for Stacey.
Looking for the lead. She can't get the angle, and so all tied up. 5-all with 3 minutes to play in the first half.
Play on.
Big John Tate, you can see there, the 41-year-old, been in charge of the team since 2011, 6'8", and 37 tests in his illustrious career. He's done a very good job with this Canadian team as Fadella comes through with the counter ruck, and now it's a foot race. Getting back is Dalton.
Leave it. Over.
There is Cherry. Out to Parry. Big and strong as Shannon Parry, the 25-year-old from Queensland. Kaslik out to Williams. Stops, pushes off. Paquin.
High tackle.
High tackle coming in from Kish, and that's the problem. But now they're going to opt for field position, and so they kick downtown. See if Tonigato is going to get there, but no one on the field as quick as Harvey.
It's a gamble, isn't it, kicking to Magali Harvey.
And let's see if Harvey can, well, she always breaks the first tackle, can't beat the second. Parry goes in for the counter ruck and wins the penalty.
Gamble paid off for Australia, but a kick's good if you chase it well. Emily Cherry chased her own kick, turned it over, and here she goes.
Cherry was looking for her captain to stay out wide.
Holding on.
5-all first half. This is the cup final. One minute, 42 seconds on the clock, 5-all. A try to Canada through Kayla Moleshki. And the Australians got on the board very early through their captain, Shani Williams.
They did, and it's been all Canada ever since, really. They've controlled possession.
We always talk about Last 2 minutes prior to the break, and it all tied up here at 5-all, Soup. Who makes the mistake? Who wants it more? The lungs are hurting, the body's aching. And they get it here. Out from Paquin, out to Fadela. Landry is there. Paquin goes in again and she gets it to Harvey. She's going to try and create some space. Paquin now, she creates some space for Harvey. Harvey hits, spins and turns. They've got players out here to the right. Stacey gets it. Fadela, that wasn't a good pass. It's gone backwards. Tackle is effective and Harvey goes in. Stacey goes in. Stacey breaks through. Just the sweep it a bit. Kaslik is there. Parry's coming back and Stacey's going to try and take her on the outside. Kaslik comes across, so does Parry, and a big hit. I think she's injured herself and came out second best. Landry to Kish. Paquin is there. Paquin gets it now. Paquin's fast, Landry's faster, and Landry's going to score to give Canada the lead just before the break. Stunning sevens.
Great patience from Canada. Australia almost out on their feet. Defending is hard work. Couple of minutes of defending in sevens takes its toll. Canada were patient, they kept the ball, they kept recycling it. 48 tries, Ghislaine Landry scored. None more important than this one. It's the offload from Paquin that makes all the difference. So much pace on the pitch, Canada. Paquin to Landry. That offload's what makes the difference. And then it's an easy run in for Landry.
Landry converts the try. And half-time here in the Cup final. London 2015 in Twickenham. Canada leading Australia by 12 points to 5. John Tate there. Sude, and he'll be thrilled with the way that the Canadians came back. Australia started, dominated with the first try to Shani Williams, but the Canadians have responded the best possible way.
Yeah, a lot of pressure to go one score down, the first score down in the final, but they have responded really well. What they've done so well is dominate possession.
On attack, right, they're shooting up on our 6 and 7, so the ones, the outside two are taking away our second receiver and outside, so let's go right at them. Right at a wide line at them, right? Attack that back and try and create a 2-on-1 right away. Okay?
Personally, outside's got to get there, so if your knees start a bit tighter, that's fine. Yeah. Guys,
we got to latch. We got to latch.
That's the thing, we got to latch.
Message from the Canadian coach, John Tate.
Dogs on cast. Okay, we got to blow them out. You got to thrash and tackle.
Let's head into the Australian camp and see what Tim Walsh has got to say.
10 more minutes. Don't act by yourself. Let the ball do the work, all right? Process, girls. Process. Let's get that ball back and hold on to it. 1, 2, 3. Aussie! Get set.
Shannon Parry still getting some attention. Sude, and what impact will that have?
Yeah, it's all from that hit she put in. I think it hurt her. I think looks like a bit of a nosebleed. There's a lot of patching up being done there, but she'll want to carry on. Although it looks like she might be coming off anyway. Amy Turner will come on, and she has so much experience, a bit more pace, adds something different to the Australian team.
Yep.
Start of the second half with Canada leading 12 points to 5, and they've got possession as well. Here's Stacey. Stacey, Landry's on the outside, the step, doesn't need the steps, got the power, and is out. So close.
Brilliant defence. Brilliant defence from Kaslik, and I think it was Quirk that came in to help her. Ghislaine Landry desperately trying to get to the line. All this came from Jen Kish, who's brilliant competing at the kickoff. Then Kaslik goes in on Landry. Quirk comes to help her. Between the two of them, they just manage to bundle her off the pitch. Two flatmates there working in tandem.
Thanks.
Would have been the perfect start for Canada. They scored just before the break, and they were looking like they were going to score just after.
Yeah, thank you.
30 seconds gone. 12-5. And here's Kaslik with the throw. Up they go. Kaslik, they're inside their own goal line there, and Kaslik says, well, let's get out of here. And Fadela is there to make the tackle. So is Paquin. They're holding her up, looking for the turnover. Fights her way to the ground. The Italian referee says there is a turnover.
Turnover.
Couldn't get that ball to ground. Very, very difficult position to play from. Charlotte Caslick did very well to get over the gain line, but then a good tackle from Canada holding her up.
Alhambra Neves will never forgive me. My apologies. From Spain, not Italy.
Bind. Set.
Good attacking opportunity. Stacey to Fadella. Running the angle, looking to try and get on the outside copybook tackle from Quirk.
Roll.
Counter-ruck comes in from the Australians and Cherry stolen it. So another turnover here by the Australians. That's gone forward. Picked up by Mileski. Mileski's too quick. Try number 2 for her. Try number 3 for Canada.
It's a big tackle on Chloe Dalton. Very close to being high, but not quite. Dislodged the board and it just popped out for Kayla Mileski. Chloe Dalton's taken the ball in. It's Jen Kish who comes in. Could have been a high tackle. Some of those have been called in this tournament. Wasn't. The ball spills just nicely into the hands of Kayla Mileski.
It's all about taking opportunities in finals. And Canada have been handed a couple. They've taken them. Jacinda Landry, top point scorer in the competition. And Canadians just applying the pressure on the Australians, and they haven't responded well.
Yeah, and telling for Australia, Emily Cherry, just coming back from injury, former World Player of the Year, has come off the pitch. So that's a huge loss for them, a big hole to fill.
Harvey decides to go deep on this occasion. Caslick is back in her own 22. Turner is there. Green is on the field as well. Ilya Green. So impact from the bench. It'll be interesting to see how the Australians are able to get the ball into her hands, but they're inside their own half again, inside their own 22. As Parry says, follow me. Cherry, Tonigato. She's got real pace. Has Tonigato. Will be too quick for Marchuk, but she won't be quick for Harvey. The Fenn comes in, copybook tackle again. Gets to her feet, tries to win the ball. Ball is out, so Marchuk goes and helps herself, and the Canadians great on attack, good on defence as well, because all of them were back behind the ball, and Landry goes into the tackle of Parry. Paquin is there. 17-5, Canada leading with 6.5 remaining. And Stacey says, let's just kick the ball into touch.
Probably not the best decision she's ever made, handing the ball back to Australia, but takes the pressure off. The last thing you want to do at that point is turn the ball over.
5 goal.
6 minutes, 14 seconds. So
and 1.
What happens here for the Australians? They obviously need to score next to make it a contest.
They do need to score next to make it a contest. Score 1 now and there's only a score in it, and anything can happen in a minute in sevens. Shannon Parry coming back off, Emma Tonigato coming off, so fresh legs on the pitch. Nicole Beck brings a lot of pace.
They go high, the throw from Caslick to Quirk. Over the advantage line, the Australians quickly cleared by Penatani. Good lineup out here, Turner. They want to get into the hands of Green. Green now, the sprinter from Australia. Harvey's there, Green tries to get rid of her. Can't do so, and fires the ball back, but finds its way into touch.
Time off.
Scored a lovely try against New Zealand, did Ilya Green.
Please.
That's quite a matchup, Ilya Green versus Magali Harvey, both super quick. Very well watched in defence by Magali Harvey, because Ilya Green got the old stop and go out. Magali Harvey, though, was equal to it.
8, right, 8, sorry. 1 here, please.
Talking with the coaches earlier in the day and in the hotel that we've been staying at, it's amazing how they say that it's now a bench. You've got to rely on every player to be able to come on and make an impact, and the quality of the product can't drop. So let's see what impact those bench players can produce. Paquin hands the ball down to Wacham Roy. Stacey with ball in hand, ball in 2 hands. That's a high tackle from Turner, and so there will be an advantage here for Canada. Too high. And Australia's problems just got worse. 5.5 remaining in the second half, and they're down to 6 players.
They'll probably feel a bit hard done by Australia. There have been a few high ones, no worse than that haven't been a yellow. Australia actually had a few yellow cards in this tournament. have got to defend very, very well now, Australia, as a unit. When you've got fewer players on the pitch, so important that you keep your team structures move back and forth across the pitch as one, and they'll just have to give it everything.
Karen Paquin, who is the go-to person in the line-out. Ashley Stacey, who won 3 Canadian Inter-University School Championships, gets the ball high. They can't find the target, and Landry just kicks it to Kaslik, who says thank you, and now they get it to Green again. Elia Green, Ben is on. Brittany Ben in jersey number 1. Great to have a Ben in London. Kaslik again hits and spins and then gets very close to the touchline, almost thrown over by Ben. That's a little bit of a hospital pass from Penatani, taken by the captain, and Penatani loops around and gets it out. He needs to go straight here, and that's what Quirk tries to do. Penatani with a 3rd touch of the ball, and Nicola Beck has her first touch. Beck now looking for some support. There's the pop pass. Penatani might not have the pace to go all the way, offloads the ball. Harvey's made contact with it, and now Paquin says, I'll pick it up, I'll get rid of this defender and get out of my own 22. Another steal, turnover from Australia from Green. There goes Beck. Williams again, the captain. Good line out here for the Australians if they can get it wide. Kaslik. Kaslik will take on Harvey. Kaslik, it's a foot race, and Kaslik's got the angle and the pace. Australia are back.
Brilliant from Charlotte Kaslik. Brilliant from Australia, scoring a try with 6 on the field. Brilliant psychologically to be able to do that, to have the strength of mind, the belief to do that when you're 1 player down, and Amy Turner will be back on the pitch now. That's the best way to eat up time when there's a sin bin. Aaliyah Green ran a really good dummy line inside. Charlotte Kaslik saw Magali Harvey had just briefly stopped. It's that line from Aaliyah Green that just stops Magali Harvey.
New kicker for Australia, Nicole Beck. 28-year-old, can't get it close, and so they trail by a converted try. 2.5 minutes remain. Just another angle of it, and look at that, she backed her pace. You can't coach that. She knew she had the angle, and she's got there. Australia now 7 points behind. 2.5 minutes to play in the final of the second half, and the all-important restart.
2.5 minutes is plenty of time in sevens, isn't it? Plenty of time to get a score, but they need to get this ball back.
Beck, lovely restart. That's nice and high. It's been tapped down. Commit to the ball. Here comes Turner trying to make up for the indiscretion, and Marchuk has gone down. Paquin has it. Tackle needs to be made here. Watch Roy. Paquin. Stacey is there. Stacey gets rid of it very quickly because Turner come out of the line, and Mandy Marchuk goes back there. And here's a real opportunity for the Australians. With under 2 minutes to play, the quick pass, the quick in. Now they get it. Beck is there. Tried to get it out to Green quickly, and here's Amy Turner. Turner in the inside of Green. Green looking to break free. Here's Turner. Amy Turner, the offload again. Australia are definitely back. And Beck scores a crucial try with 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
Amy Turner, what a tournament she's had. Just watch for the replay of this offload. Great moment for Nicole Beck, her first try of the weekend. You can see it's taken a lot of effort, gasping for breath there, but brilliant by Australia, fighting their way back into this game. Huge kick for Nicole Beck.
This to draw even. Big moment for the young 26-year-old from New South Wales.
Let's go, Pop!
There we go. Amy Turner all over this try. First of all, she picks that up. Ball inside to Elia Green. Then the offload from Elia Green again. And that offload, that is what made it. Brilliant work. Australia now have to get this ball back from the kickoff. This is the biggest kick of her career. It's got to go 10. It has gone 10, so possession here, the last 30 seconds of the match. Watch Roy, big hit coming in from Turner, so what an impact she's made after 2 minutes in the naughty girls chair.
Landry. They are in no hurry here. She's going to want to try and get as close to the line and hold on to possession. Australia desperate for the turnover, and they've got it. This is going down to the wire.
Brilliant work at the breakdown from Shani Williams, the inspirational captain. Now, what have you got, Australia? They're taking their time. They're lining up for the penalty move.
Who wants it more? A place, valuable points for qualification of Rio de Janeiro, the Summer Olympics of 2016. Australia trail by 2. Turner has the ball. It's Penatani. Penatani on Harvey, straight in. Great tackle from Harvey. Recycled back out to the midfield. That tackle looked high. Etheridge is on the field now. Williams with cricket skills in the slips. Now they've got it to Green. Here's their chance. Green. It is the Green grass of home. Australia have stolen it. The get out of jail card from Australia was played late on day 2, and Australia are your 2015 champions in London.
What a finish by Australia. They've had a poor couple of tournaments, really disappointed, but wow, what a finish. Absolutely heartbreaking for poor old Canada. They thought they had that in the bag. They thought they'd done enough. I think we all thought they'd done enough, but it wasn't quite. And the ball, whose hands did that ball get into? Aaliyah Green, always there at the end of a game with such pace. What a finish by her, and what a finish by Australia.
Quality performance, quality tournament. And Australia have stolen the game, beating Canada by 20-17. The delight, you can see it. Aaliyah Green did that earlier today against New Zealand, where she came in and scored a try. Comes from a sprinting background, represented Australia at the World School Olympics in Qatar in 2009, and she showed her real pace when it mattered.
She did. She has gas to burn, and she finishes so well now. She's took a little bit of work, but she's really starting to get the hang of this game.
Wasn't it wonderful? She went over, took the tap, and they worked it. Amy Turner was tremendous after coming back from the sin bin. And Shani Williams is the Australian captain, and she'll be absolutely delighted. Here is the Australian captain with Melody Robinson.
Well, you haven't got a massive smile, but I know you'll be very happy with that. How did you manage that?
I mean, it's pretty disappointing the last 2 tournaments that we had. And we went back to Sydney and really regrouped and went on the processes. Every tournament I say it's, game by game, pool by pool. And this young squad has definitely learnt from those last 2 tournaments, so it's good to see that's paying off.
And what do you mean by processes? I mean, I guess you're talking about what you put out there in that game plan that you used against Canada.
Yeah, I mean, if we stick to the game plan, these sorts of things happen. We go away from our game plan and, we're all over the shop. So when we know whatever each other are doing, then that's definitely going to pay off for us.
I know you've won 2 finals before, 2 titles, but how does it compare being at Twickenham?
Oh, at Twickenham, it's an amazing stadium. And the girls were, so excited. Some of them haven't played in a stadium like this before. So I think us older girls definitely thrived off their adrenaline. Yes, it's amazing.
Well, congratulations. It's a fantastic victory for you guys. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Delighted, Shani Williams. She's exhausted. 20 long minutes, Sue. And how'd they get the job done?
Well, we got the smile there at the end from her, didn't we? No wonder she could hardly speak. She was absolutely exhausted. She gave everything on that pitch.
As they make their way up the first cup of 2015 for the Australians. They make their way up the stairs. There you can see Charlotte Caslick, Aaliyah Green, Amy Turner. As the supporters are there. Delight, absolute delight for this Australian team. Well deserved. They've been the form team throughout the last 2 days. And currently sitting in 3rd place on the World 7 Series with 56 points. There is Brett Gosper, the Chief Executive Officer of World Rugby. What a moment. These young women will never, ever forget this. And one of the best stadiums in the world, the home and spiritual home of real rugby, Australia are your 2015 London champions. The London Dream Team as well. Sue, Shani Williams, Karen Paquin, Portia Woodman, Ashley Stacey, Leela Alev Kelter, Charlotte Kaslik and Victoria Forlane. So isn't that incredible?
Some brilliant performances from those players this weekend. Shani Williams, for me, the absolute standout. After that final, she played the full 20 minutes, had a young team around her, kept them on the straight and narrow, kept them on the game plan, kept going till the last minute, and it paid off.
What does that mean for the series standing? That's the big question many want to know. New Zealand had won the first 4 tournaments, and look now, because Australia and Canada are even on 76. France and United States on 62. England there in 6th place, and Russia on 54. So all to play for in 7 days' time in Amsterdam. Your immediate reaction, Sue Day?
That 4, 5 and 6 spot, it could not be closer, could it? That 4th Olympic qualification spot between France, United States and England just couldn't be any closer. They said at the start of the season it was going to be tight. I don't think anybody imagined it was going to be quite that tight.
Thank you so much for your company. Thanks for joining us here at Twickenham for the London Sevens of 2015.